My name is Ruth Ciemnoczolowski. I live in Omaha, Nebraska, and I'm a threads author. Today, I want to talk about using hand sewing thread. Thread is made of single strands that are twisted together, which are called plies. Most people pull some thread, cut it from the spool, and then thread the needle. What happens when you cut the thread and then thread your needle is that the thread can be twisting in the wrong direction and snarl when you sew. What my grandmother taught me was to pull off some thread, not cut it, but to thread your needle, then pull off your thread and cut it. What you're doing is the thread spirals in a certain direction as it comes off the spool, and when you thread it on this end, it's much smoother and it glides through your fabric. Another thing I like to do is to condition my thread. They sell thread conditioners in little boxes and there's different types, but I tend to lose those. But I never am without some type of lip balm. This lip balm has beeswax in it and it's very soft and slightly liquid. So what I like to do is to put a little bit on your finger, rub it against your thumb, hold your thread between your fingertips and pull it through. Now you have thread, which is going to be sewn through the garment, so the plies of the thread will run smoothly through your fabric and it won't snarl. The thing I love about hand sewing is my mother and my grandmother taught me how to sew and thread a needle from this end. And every time I do this, I think of my mother and my grandmother. So when you teach someone to thread a needle of thread in the correct way, it's like it passes on the love of sewing through the generations. And I think of my mother and my grandmother every time I thread a needle.